Hey YouTube, Sun Jupiter. I am here to talk about Dexter, the series. Right now I'm caught up from season 1 to 6, episode 3. Uh, right now, it's a good series. It's a really, really, really good series. I've heard about Dexter for years now, and I put off watching it because I wanted to start watching it when the season ended, like the series ended and done. That's how I like to kind of watch things, especially if it's a good series, where I can't wait till like next week to start watching another episode. So I wait until it's like done, and then I get all the episodes, and then I start watching it. Alright, so I'm going to tell you what it's about. There's going to be tons and tons of spoilers in this, so if you don't want to watch this, if you just started watching Dexter and you don't want to know anything, peace out right now. Alright, I'll give you a second to leave. Seconds up. Alright, so Dexter is all about this guy named Dexter Morgan, and he works for the police station. He's not a police officer, but he's a blood spatter expert. So those are the guys that get called in if there's blood at a scene or something like that, homicide pretty much, where he can tell how somebody died, like just by the blood, and that's it, just by the blood. But Dexter has, he likes to call it dark passenger, and pretty much drives him to kill bad guys, like people who've got away with murder or whatever. He doesn't just kill people. It's kind of weird. It's like, does somebody deserve to die because they do this? We have our own opinions. I'm not gonna say anything. But yeah, he kills people. That's what he does, straight up. He kills people who are bad. And that's how he justifies everything. And he was taught all of this, by the way, by his stepfather, which is, his name is Harry. Okay, Harry Morgan. And Harry found Dexter when he was 3 years old, in a shipping crate, with his brother, his younger brother. At the time, they didn't introduce him till season 2. No, season 1. It was still in season 1. But basically, their mother and others got killed in this shipping crate in front of them. Well, we'll switch to Dexter. In front of Dexter. And they were sitting in at least 3 inches of blood for a couple days until Harry found them in the crate. So Harry took Dexter because Dexter was youngest, so he thought nothing would be off with him, but his brother was a little bit older and will never forget it, ever. So he was damaged. He went to an insane asylum and everything, and whatever. We forget about it. But yeah, it did affect Dexter though, being 3. And so Harry adopted him, destroyed all his files, his existence from the past, from his mother, and everything like that. And his mother was a snitch for Harry. So, he was deeply involved and he knew about Dexter and everything like that. So he felt responsible, seeing that it was because of him why she died. So he adopted Dexter. And as Dexter was growing up with Harry here, he started to show some signs by, first of all, killing the neighbor's dog because he wouldn't stop barking. So there you go. And then Harry kind of noticed, that there's a monster in there. So years passed by where Harry taught him pretty much everything he knows as being a cop, because Harry's a cop. He had to teach him all of this stuff to kind of help quench his dark passenger, stop being Dexter from going to jail pretty much. He came pretty close many times to like killing kids at his school and stuff like that, and you know, so Harry had to keep him under control. And then throughout his college years, I guess, at the end, there Dexter did kill somebody, but only because Harry said, "Oh, this guy's gonna walk free," and everything like that. So Dexter put everything Harry taught him to work, pretty much. And yeah, and Harry didn't like what he saw. You know, you created a monster type of thing. He didn't like the way the monster looked, so Harry ended up killing himself in the end. So, and then Dexter was on his own, got a job at the Metro PD, and here we are, season 1. So Dexter is here killing people, you know, people who got away with murder or thought they got away with murder. But something with Dexter there too, as well, is that he will seeing where he works, if a case comes in there, he'll kind of mess up the evidence, because it all comes down to blood. All comes down to the blood in the end. So he's in the department that fucks with the blood, so he can just say, "Oh, it does match." That guy goes free. He thinks he's cool, and then next thing you know, Dexter is behind him with what is it, P90 or something like that. It's a animal tranquilizer of some sort. So yeah, and that shit takes you out, boom, and you're out for hours. But next thing you know, you're on his table, with all the pictures of whoever you killed or whatever you've done. It's mostly killing anyway. And then some people beg, some people just, meh, you know, yeah, you got me. And stuff like that, but most of them beg for their lives. Only a couple later in the series that is like, "Okay, you're good, you got me," and off you go, right? And pretty much after he kills you, by the way, this guy's room, the kill room, he goes to the hardware store or wherever and get these plastic. So pretty much he covers the entire room in plastic. The reason for that is he's a blood spatter expert. So basically, if he stabs somebody, blood might go somewhere. So basically, the whole place is covered in everything. The couch, table lamp, everything is covered in plastic. The table that whoever is on, plastic. So there's no blood evidence or anything when he wraps everything up, and he chops them up into pieces. Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy. But in the end, you're still cheering for Dexter. In the end, it doesn't matter. You're still cheering for him. And you never come to think he's evil at all. Not one time. Not one time ever think he's evil. Which the writers are done a good job. Plus the actors, you know, are really good on that. So Dexter has a sister, Deborah Morgan. And she pretty much walks in the footsteps of Harry and everything like that. She didn't get noticed by him a lot, and so she tried to become a cop, which she did, just so he could notice her and everything like that. But Deborah's damaged just like Dexter. I don't know, man. She sleeps around a lot, and it's mostly with people she works with, and then when after she sleeps with them, then they end up dying for some reason. This is a big bombshell, by the way. Season 1, there is ice truck killer in there, okay, and basically she started sleeping with him, not knowing he's an ice truck killer, obviously. And then it was a bombshell at the end where it's actually Dexter's brother, pretty much, that, which is crazy. So basically they both turn out to be killers. One just kills fucking people for no reason. He just kills them. Not saying having a reason to kill somebody is a good thing, but yeah, that's the difference between Dexter and his brother in the end. And then he tried to kill Deborah, which is a no-no. You don't mess with Dexter's sister at all. And then he ended up killing his own brother. He knew he was his brother because he revealed himself to him before everything. So he knew it was his brother, and dude had to kill his brother, man, and just slice his throat. Yeah, it was very tough for Dexter to do because his brother knew about him, knew everything about him, that he's killing people, blah blah blah, and accepted him for it. But he tried to kill Deborah, which is a no, you're not gonna do that thing in the end. And that's season 1. I'm gonna skip a couple season, and we're gonna jump into season 4. All right. So basically, season 4, Dexter's married to Rita. They met in season 1. Had a kid with her, and everything like that. And then Rita has 2 kids. So Dexter's pretty much their adopted father and everything like that. Astor and Cody. And there's a new serial killer out there. The earlier seasons are all about Dexter just killing people. Never about serial killers and blah blah blah. I guess for season 1 was because of the Astor killer. But other seasons after that is just him dispatching people, and then his personal life of him trying to be human, pretty much trying to feel, because this guy, good reason for killing whoever, but guy's cold as some bitch. Okay, he can't feel. He can't feel anything. So for him to get married is a big step, and all those other seasons are just there to break him down and let him feel. So season 4 comes in the Trinity Killer, where this guy pretty much, he's been killing all over the place. It started back in, I can't remember if it was Florida, but close to Florida, and 3 killings. Okay, so a woman in a bathtub, artery on her leg, slashed so she bleed out in seconds, and a lady jumping off of a roof, wherever, and a third, a guy getting fucking just bludgeoned with something. Yeah. So that happens, and that happens all over the country, and Deborah knows this FBI agent, Lundy, and he's retired now. He was in the other seasons too as well. But he's an FBI agent, and he came back after leaving, and he's retired. Okay, and comes to Deborah with, or even no, Dexter is the one he came to first about this, and they found out a pattern where he's killing the same three killings in different states and everything like that. And in the end, this was like a big shock, like halfway through season 4, where Deborah gets shot from behind, and then Lundy getting killed too as well. Yeah, I was like, snap! That's like season finale kind of thing. They throw it in the middle of it, and everything like that. So Lundy gets killed, Deborah gets shot, and she's torn up about it. And then Dexter freaks out because Lundy was onto the Trinity Killer, so he thought Trinity shot Deborah and Lundy. So this was personal, so he tried to hunt him down. Ended up finding the guy, but then found out he didn't do it. And pretty much this guy is like Dexter, killing people. But he's fucked up in the head. Dexter is too, but that guy's worse. And he has a family. So Dexter's like, what the fuck? How does this guy have a family, happy, everything, goes around, kill people, and then still yet come home to a family? So Dexter starts to learn how to handle marriage life, through this guy here, the Trinity Killer. Which he did learn a few things. how to deal with everything because his marriage was in trouble, and he went to counseling and everything like that, but that wasn't working. And he was talking to the Trinity Killer and ended up learning a few things to save his marriage in the end. But he found out, or Deborah, being the detective she is, found out that it wasn't the Trinity Killer that shot her, but somebody else. And she ended up finding out who it was in the end, and it was a relation to the Trinity Killer, his daughter. But not the daughter he goes home to at home. It was a daughter from a previous marriage, I'm guessing. But yeah, she's a reporter, and that's how she pretty much was. She was dating Quinn, and that's how she was getting stories, blah blah blah. But in the end, she ended up trying to protect her father because she found out that Lundy was onto him, and da 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 da. She shouldn't have done that because she did that. They found out who he was in the end. She ended up confessing to Deborah that she shot her and Lundy, and Deborah was trying her hardest not to fucking kill her there. But she ended up killing herself in the end because her dad didn't want anything to do with her after he found out everything, that she's attracting all the police to him. And then, yeah, she killed herself. Trinity Kill found out Dexter's real identity, which was, fuck, it was so bad. It was so bad. In the end, he found out Dexter nabbed him, pretty much. Dispatch of the Trinity Killer pretty much fucked him up. And Trinity Killer was okay with it. And I was wondering why. He was just like, oh, finally, you got me, and everything like that. And he's like, maybe this will make you feel better, or something like that. He's like, no, it won't change anything. And Dexter kills him, chop him up, dump him in the ocean. Okay, so basically, the kids went to their grandparents for Disneyland and everything like that, except for Harrison and Rita. So basically, Dexter gets home, listens to a message from Rita saying that she forgot something at home and she's gonna meet him there or whatever. And then he tries to call her, and the phone starts ringing inside the house. And then the baby starts to cry, and it's coming from the bathroom. And then next thing you know, the baby's there in a pool of blood, just like Dexter was when he was a kid. And Rita is in the bathtub, just blood everywhere. So she was killed by the Trinity Killer before Dexter nabbed him in the end. And I've got to say, that fucking episode pissed me off. I was fucking mad. Like, mad because of that. Like, what the fuck? Because the way they did it was to make you think Rita was gonna die. Yeah, but that just pissed me off. She was barely in the episode, man, and dead. Cut, thigh, boom, artery, blood everywhere. And pretty much the baby is probably going to turn out like Dexter, even though he's like 10 months and you shouldn't remember any of that. But I was mad. I stopped watching Dexter for a little bit after that. I was so pissed. And then season 5 comes around, and I just finished season 5 today, and I also watched a little bit of season 6 too as well. Season 5 is pretty crazy. Dexter, again, is finding this. He's out hunting people normally, and he has an idea about this guy who pretty much comes and pick up dead animals off the ground and everything like that on the roadside. And you end up discovering that this guy here This fucking crazy ass motherfucker who rapes, kills girls, electrocute them, put them in a barrel full of preservative, and pretty much just dump them in the swamp. Yeah, that's how that starts. So when Dexter goes to kill this guy here, kills him. Cool. In his own house, by the way, with all the plastic. Then there was a girl number 13, because there was 13 girls, but they didn't get to kill the last one, so there was only 12. And she saw Dexter from where she was being held. She kind of got the rope off and went down the stairs, and then was watching him do everything through the window of the door. And then he turns around and sees her after he's done, and then pretty much runs up there, and she's trying to get away, and da 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 da. And yeah, he kept her there, or he injected her and brought her somewhere else. And we end up finding out her name is Lumen, and she's played by Julia Stiles, and she was pretty good. Julia Stiles is always awesome, but in the end, the way that season went was that she wants to get revenge for what happened to her, and it wasn't just the one guy; it was many guys, at least 5 of them. That it was like a gangbang all over, and they'd done this to many girls, 12 of them, well, 13 of them, I guess. And she wants to get revenge, and pretty much that's a whole series of her getting revenge, and kind of coping with what happened to her, because that damaged her, and she took a while for her to trust Dexter too as well. But they ended up liking each other, and she knew pretty much everything about him and accepted him for who he was, and Dexter thought it was awesome, for one. But in the end of the series, or the season, she couldn't stay after everything was done, because her revenge is over. Her dark passenger has left her because everything is complete, and she couldn't stay with Dexter because of it, because he's gonna still kill. His will never be quenched until the last episode or the end of the series, forever, whenever. Hopefully it's not a bad one, and you guys will hear from me from that. But yeah, that's pretty much what it is in a nutshell, guys. The series is awesome. It's a serial killer. He's a serial killer. But a serial killer that's getting away with it. And the Trinity killer got away with it for 30 years, and Dexter's one that ended up dispatching him in the end. So yeah, everybody should go watch this. Watch the series. There's lots of episodes. If you've never watched it, there's over 60 episodes right now. 64 coming probably next week here. 64 episodes you'll be seeing. So you should go and watch it. Actually, today is Wednesday, so the 4th episode of season 6 will be Sunday at 9 p.m. on Showtime. So you guys should watch that or catch up with it. There's 12 episodes per season, so that's 12 hours. They're an hour long, so 12 hours each season. So when I get home, that's what I do on my free time, is I watch Dexter. And yeah, Dexter, or I watch some Big Bang Theory. I don't really watch cable TV. I just download, pretty much. That's it. But yeah, I do have TV. I do have it recording, like Terra Nova and stuff like that. But Dexter is one of the other series that I enjoyed a lot. So yeah, everybody should go watch that. Sorry if this was boring, but I thought I would want to talk about this. I wanted to talk about it at the end of season 4 because I was fucking pissed, but I held off and watched season 5. Everything is cool, and yeah, some of the things when you guys see this series, it's like, how the fuck does Dexter get out of this shit? How? because he's gotten almost caught so many fucking times. You're like, shit, it's over, and then he gets out of it, right? Every time, it doesn't matter. You might see it, you won't see it coming, or you're like, oh, he's gonna get out, but every time you're like, how does he do it? Even though you know he's gonna get out, but how does he do it? And he ends up getting out every time. I'm sure there's gonna be a time where his sister is gonna find out, and I'm wondering what she's gonna do. Yeah, she's gonna find out eventually, and I don't know if he's gonna kill her or not. And if he does, it's gonna fucking... I don't know if Harry will like that. And Harry is going to... Harry is always with him. So there's some times where you'll see Harry with him, talking to him, and he's talking to him, so he's kind of crazy. But Harry's there to help him. Like, there's one episode... Sorry, I'm continuing here. There's one episode where Dexter is being overworked with family life, with work, and he can't get any freaking sleep. And something happens where he kills somebody, kills somebody, and Rita calls him, yeah, I need medicine for the baby because he has a fever. Cool. He's like, alright, I'll grab that. And then next thing you know, he's driving in the car. Harry's like, you don't need to sleep. Don't sleep, outside the car as he goes by. And then next thing you know, Dexter falls asleep, flips the car, everything like that. And then he's going to the hospital. They took his car. He doesn't know where the fucking body is. In the end, does not know where the body is. And the whole time through that episode, Harry's trying to tell him where it is. But just by one light. That's how Harry was, just a light shining behind Harry all the time. Every time he's in the scene, there's a light shining behind him. And that's how he's trying to tell him, hey, he's here. He's right there where you left him. You know, where you killed him. He's there. Look up. Simple as that. But Harry helps him a lot. So watch this guy. Watch the series. You'll love it. Love it, love it. I'm glad I held off so it'll build up a bunch of episodes. And I watched them all. Yeah, so watch it. My next, kind of a TV show review would be, what is that one called? I don't remember. Breaking Bad. There you go. That's the next one I'm going to talk about. And that's a good one too as well. And everybody knows that. It's on AMC, I guess. And it just finished its 4th season. And then the last season series finale is going to start up next year. Which is kind of sucky because it's kind of good. It's good. It's a good series. But it can't go on forever. It can't go on forever. So I understand that. And those people from AMC is just a bunch of D-bags anyway. But I digress. Okay. Alright guys, so tell me if you like this video here. Rate, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. I won't stop you some bitches. Yeah, rate, comment, and subscribe. Tell me if you like Dexter series. Let me know. Tell me if you like this video. If you want me to do more of these videos. Whatever. Okay? So this is Sun Jupiter signing out. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.